So why is it that good animes always seem to have mediocre endings?
You know what? That's a good question. I feel like this new age of anime, the endings have been so mediocre compared to the older generation.
Nah,
That's just me personally.
See, that's you. But I don't even think it's just the newer generation. A bunch of older animes they seem to also have a lot of bad endings.
But the thing that bothers me the most about these new animes now is that the networks, they like to take so much control away from the artists.
You know what I think? There is a lot of things that people don't realize that goes into an anime that needs to properly be explained. It needs to be summarized so a lot of people understand it. It's not just the author. The author always has a team.
Of course,
and
yeah.
that team always gives them ideas to progress the story the way that they want the network to progress it. So while people always think it's the author that gets to choose the ending, the editorial team and the publication team, they play a very big role in how the story progresses.
And the only way for your manga to turn into anime is by using these bigger corporations.
Exactly.
So like I feel like it sucks the creativity out of the people that work so hard for it.
I know, and you need to remember, a lot of authors, they probably write their own versions of the story, and when they submit it, it probably goes through a lot of changes and edits.
Nah, that's facts. And even now, like there's a lot more censorship in anime.
I know.
If you look at it now, like I just hate that it's taken away from the freedom of the people who are creating manga, who are creating anime, and they're just trying to force this like onto everybody else. That's just me personally. Like no matter what, I'm still gonna consume it because
Of course, we're top 3. We have to. That's what we do.
But it is something that's frustrated in the industry.
I know it's not just that too. People need to also remember that editors and the publication team, they also rush things.
That's very true because I have seen animes that have been cleared for like 3 seasons.
Exactly.
So like let's say you're making your manga, you have 3 seasons worth of content, and after you go to the network and they're like, nah, we're not doing 2, we're not doing 3, we're doing 2 seasons.
Exactly.
So that right there, like your 3rd season, you have to take that and actually you have to combine that into the other seasons. Like, okay, I've never written a manga or anything or like made an anime.
Yep.
But is it really that hard to make the anime like 80% like closeness to the manga? Like that's all I'm asking for, because there's some animes I've been seeing, and after I read the manga, I'm like, this is like a totally different show. I'm like, you're taking out whole arcs. Arcs are missing, which are vital to the story. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I'm seeing animes and they have 2 different endings.
This is why they debate, because the content plays such a big role in whether or not you're gonna enjoy the manga or enjoy the anime.
And
the way you see that, and the way you see it mostly is in the ending. Because by the ending, maybe you're satisfied with the manga ending, not gonna be so satisfied with the anime ending.
But I feel like something as crucial as the ending, it should be pretty similar to the source material. It should be like, come on, like the ending. That's one of the most important parts of any story.
No, literally.
That's the most.
Literally. It's like landing the plane. It's like you're flying for 12 hours and you crash right before you.
Like that's the most important part of any sort like type of entertainment.
But we also need to keep in mind that the ending is also extremely difficult to land.
You know what? I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Do you feel like when it comes to endings, do you feel like it should go towards more of the writer's like original thought process, or should it cater more to the fans?
This is a very good question. In my opinion, you as an author need to remember that the fans are extremely important, but that doesn't mean you should change the way you want to go about finishing your story. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to satisfy everybody. So if you're going to finish a story, you might as well do your best to make sure, okay, I fulfilled my goal with this story.
Because that's when you get all these people like talking down on this anime because they didn't get what they want. I feel like the person that made it should just be able to release it how they want it. And
this is another point I want to go into as well. People really downplay fans. Like fans, they are almost they're the second most important reason, other than the editorial team, why animes will never, like, people will say anime sucks or anime endings suck.
Yeah.
Because you need to understand, when there's a weekly show, the amount of threads, debate, theories, hypotheses, it's crazy.
Bro, it's so much more work than people think.
It's so insane. And the way fans actually play a role into the story and how they want it to go, it's insane. Now let me explain something. It's very simple. You guys know about gacha games, right? Gacha games, they have stories, they have plots, they do things. But why do you think gacha games, even though they're free, make so much money and income that they're able to produce their own series? It's because of the fans. They'll drop a character, they'll spend a lot of money on the character, and then with that money, they're going to use it to make more mediums, right? That's what gacha games do. Now, you need to remember, authors like manga, anime, it's the same type of thing. If there's a very popular character, so like let's say for example, 02 from Darling in the Franxx. This is a very marketable character because a lot of people like her. You would be surprised how much people haven't watched Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like
that's very
true. A lot of people don't watch Darling in the Franxx.
A lot of people don't, but they know her.
But they know
of her because she's an iconic character. Like
exactly.
She's just everywhere. It's just like Rem from ReZero.
Exactly. Marketable.
Very marketable.
And what people do and what publishers and editorial do, they emphasize it. They hype them up. They make merchandise. They promote them on ads. They do crossovers and stuff like that. This is how they get their income, and this is how they get the popularity to produce more stuff.
Oh, it looks like in conclusion, it's just like, you know, that conflict between the author, and the fans. You know,
and the editorial team.
And you know, I'm adding them in.
Yeah,
they're all like the whole group, the whole organization. Yo, honestly, if that's me, I'm saying forget about the fans, bro. Yo, I'm writing my story, bro. I'm writing my story.
So they say your story's trash and you got no fans.
Yeah, I guess it's trash then.
You're gonna hold it.
I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it.
You will hold it out.
I will hold the L. If I'm gonna put out my real stuff. If people call it trash, they call it trash. But when I put out my real stuff and they call it good, you know, I'm gonna take it as well. That's what you have to do.
You're saying that.
But sometimes you have to do that as a creator. Like sometimes you just gotta be yourself, even if people aren't gonna like it.
Always. Not even when you're a creator, as a person.
Yeah, in life too. Like
you gotta, the way you carry yourself, very important.
So that's what I try to do. Like I just try to be myself. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you love me, thank you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you. Thank you.
That's how you're feeling? Okay, I feel the same, to be honest. Just do what you want to do. You know, it's very important. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna love you. But as long as you stay true to yourself, that's all that really matters to me.
And guys, also don't forget to look at the links in our bio. Don't forget to click down there. We got more content coming up.
Discord,
everything.
IG.
New video next week. Stay tuned.